Hello, hello. All right, y'all. Welcome to episode 3. And ladies, today we're talking about something that I see all the time in women over 40. Okay, eating way too little. Shocking, I know. And I know it feels like cutting calories should work, but for most of you, it's actually the thing that is holding you back from losing fat. So, I want to go over some myths today. The first myth is that um, well, let me just preface this with saying that most women believe these myths. This is what I want to dispel today. So, the first thing is that if you eat less, you will lose faster. Seems like common sense, right? Cut your calories, you're going to lose. Now, you do need to be in a caloric deficit, right? But if you have been around for a while, and if you're over 40, I know you have, you've been taught since probably back in the 90s when everything was low fat, like the Snackwell cookies. You've been taught that less food, less calories, less carbs is how you lose. But research really, y'all, shows just the opposite happens when you are chronically under eating. So if you have done multiple diets throughout your life, you have probably cut calories many, many times, right? So your metabolism is going to slow down to conserve energy. So even if you try to be in a deficit, your body is going to adapt. Y'all, your metabolism is smart. It's going to figure out what you're doing and it's going to adapt and it's going to slow down even further. So the second myth is, well, my metabolism is slow, so I don't need as much food. No, your metabolism has probably slowed down because of two things. You've cut calories and your body has adjusted, like I was just talking about, or this is a really big one. You have lost muscle over the years. Once we are past a certain age, y'all, we are going to start losing muscle. If we are not significantly trying to build it, you will lose it. Now, what happens is under eating accelerates your muscle loss. Why is that? Okay, well, first of all, let's talk about it's a vicious cycle. You eat less, you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down, and your results stall. But here's what happens. Think about okay, your muscle is like amazing, right? It is great fuel. So if your body is not getting fueled properly, it's going to take that muscle. First thing, that's what it's going to want. It's going to take that. It doesn't need muscle to survive. It needs to store fat to survive. So it will take your muscle and it will store fat. Okay, that's just a survival mechanism. Muscle is great, and we want that to live longer. But physiologically speaking, your body does not have to have great muscle shape and amount to survive. Okay, so myth number 3, all right, is that cardio and low calories is the best way to lose fat. No, it's not. Cardio burns calories. I talked about this in my last video, so you could check out my other video that I just did talking about cardio. When you pair cardio, though, with low calories, your body is going to, again, start using that muscle for fuel. And losing your muscle after 40 is the opposite of what you want for fat loss. When you're losing that muscle, you're basically storing fat, which makes me come to myth number 4, and that you think eating more will make you gain fat. This is not true. If you have been underfueling your body for long periods of time, multiple periods of time, could be months, could be years, eating more is going to help your body feel safe again. Okay. It is going to, you're telling your body that it's okay to let go of the fat. Okay. Because I'm giving you fuel. You don't need to take my muscle. You can take the fat. So when your metabolism gets back online, so to speak, your energy is going to stabilize and then you're able to build the muscle that's actually going to reshape your body. You cannot build muscle without the calories. Okay. So, what happens when you actually eat too little? All right. We talked about your muscle breaking down. Your body is going to use that muscle for energy. And women over 40 naturally lose muscle faster because of the hormone changes that you're going through. So if you add low calories on top of all of that that's going on with your hormones, then muscle loss is going to happen even quicker. This is why you're going to see, and I've heard this many, many times from clients, you get the belly fat storage around the middle. That's because the hormones have changed. Your body is storing fat more easily. And then as all of that stuff is happening, then the fat storage is just, it just seems like it shows up overnight, right? So you've heard of starvation mode, I'm sure, right? So your thyroid is going to slow down, your leptin drops. Leptin is the hormone, the hunger hormone that helps you feel full. Ghrelin makes you feel hungry. When your leptin drops, then your cortisol is going to go up, meaning that you're going to burn fewer calories, all right, doing the same activities. So you're tired, you're hungry, you're bloated, and you're frustrated, but you're still not losing fat. Okay. So the cortisol increasing, that is your stress hormone. Okay. Under eating is a stressor to your body. Your body is stressing out because it's like, am I going to get any calories? Right? Like, come on, feed me, please. Um, so this is why, like, it makes it harder to lose fat, and particularly around the midsection after 40. Okay. So that we don't want your stress levels to keep going up. We have enough stress as it is. So we need to do whatever we can to keep that stress under control. So then when you finally increase your food a little, you're going to regain weight kind of quickly because your metabolism was running so low that even a normal amount of food feels like a surplus to your body. So what happens? You increase your food, you're like, oh my gosh, it was way too much. I gained weight way too fast. We got to get everything back in balance, y'all. Like you have got to get everything lined up right. So anytime like I increase a client's calories, they're typically going to have an increase in carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are going to help your muscles and they're going to hold water. So yes, the scale is going to go up, but it will stabilize. All right. But you have to have that fuel for your body. Okay. So how do you know if you need more calories? Um, well, first of all, energy to train. Like this is huge. You can't build muscle in a chronic low calorie environment, right? So muscle is going to be what gives you the shape, the tone, and the tight look that you want. All right. If you have just like the opposite look, think about, do you have enough muscle? If you don't have enough muscle, again, you can't build muscle out of thin air. You have to have the calories to do that. So muscle is going to be metabolically active. The more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to burn at rest. I've been talking about this like throughout this series in my video, right? So the more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to burn. So even if the scale doesn't drop right away, your body composition will be changing. You've just got to be strong and don't focus on that scale. Like you have got to like keep working on what the ultimate goal is, right? So we want to fuel the strong training. So you can't lift heavy, y'all, on 1,200 calories, sometimes even less. I've had people come to me before who have been eating 900 calories. I mean, you're going to be exhausted. Your workouts are going to be trash, and you're not going to have the calories to build the strength you need to change your physique. Okay, that's really what it's all about. So, also, when it comes to calories being too low, women over 40 need enough calories, especially protein and healthy fats, to support recovery and your hormone balance. All right, so keep all of those things in mind. It's super, super important. So, let's think about the mindset. Okay, you're not eating to be smaller, you're eating to be stronger. All right. I always think about, I don't want to be an older lady who is weak and frail. That's when you're going to break bones. That's when you're going to be just, I don't want to be weak. You're eating to build muscle. This is going to support you throughout your life and help you be more independent. You're eating to support the metabolism that you want. So food is not the enemy. Under eating is the enemy. So, if this sounds like something that you've been doing, like eating way too few calories, wondering why nothing is changing, you probably don't need to eat less. You probably need more. More fuel, more muscle, more strength. They all go together. Okay, so in my Ageless Strength Academy, y'all, I have been an online coach for years. I have been in the fitness industry for over 30. So I have shifted my focus in my new Ageless Strength Academy to just helping women, just like you maybe, who are over 40 and they really don't know how to fuel themselves for muscle gain and for fat loss. Okay, so remember that less is not more when it comes to calories. So we want to lose fat in a sustainable way. So if you're ready to stop shrinking, start strengthening, then stick with me. Okay, I'm going to have a whole video series here. This was episode 3. I think I have 10 in this series. So you're going to love what's coming. I appreciate you watching. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, share with a friend, and I will see you in the next video.